Alright, you guys, so unfortunately after my first day of summer, I wasn't able to put up all the footage that I had. I don't know, I had some importing and exporting issues and stuff, so hopefully I can fix it and put it out later. I hope I'll label it overdue or past video or first day of summer or something like that, but I will put it up for you guys. I'm gonna figure it out. I just gotta take the time to do that. Anyways, this is kind of just like a part 2 of yesterday's ramble. Like I said, I'm really excited. I'm really happy to go to work. I'm so happy with how things are going in my life. Another thing is, I signed my roommate release form today, so we're waiting to hear back from the leasing office to see if he gets approved and he can take my spot. Hopefully everything, works out the way I want it to. Again, I'm really excited to move. This is a really positive push in the right direction for me. I absolutely am so in love with what I'm doing. Again, I'm not really in love with myself, more so like what I'm doing, and that's going to push me to be who I am. And again, I'm beyond happy with where things are going. And I just want to give a shout out to a few people. One being Demi, been my best friend since day one. We've gone through a lot of shit, and he's the one that kind of set this up for me, and I couldn't be any more thankful for what this human has done for me in the past, let alone right now. And the more I learn about myself, the more I understand where he's coming from for what he's doing, and it really drives me to fucking be better. So you know what, Demi, I'm fucking coming after you. One day I'm gonna be fucking in better shoes than you are. And if you're not friends and you're not competing, you don't work together, if you're not bouncing off each other, what are you doing? Another thing I want to give a shout out to is my brother. He's been a huge influence on me lately, and I appreciate the fuck out of you, dude. I adore what you're doing. You got your own thing going for you, and I hope you keep chasing your dreams. Another shout out to my mom and dad. Now, this is huge for me. I haven't really had too much of a relationship with my mom and my dad, more so my dad, and I think I've talked to my dad more in the past month, maybe 2 months, than I have in the past 5 years. And that's how I really know that my self-growth is really driving me to be who I want to be, because my dad is one of the most influential, successful people that I know in my entire life. He has built himself from ground zero to something, and I can only hope to not exactly follow in his footsteps, but build a better life for my family that he has provided for his. And another thing, it's just, if you're not competing with one another, if you're not listening, if you're not moving and grooving on what you're doing, you're at a standstill. And for the past 4 or 5 years, I've been at a standstill. The more I think about it, the more I notice, I've burned a lot of my time doing really not a whole lot, just going out and partying. And yeah, I enjoy it. It's not that I regret it. A part of it is regret, but more so looking back, it's like, yeah, I had a lot of fun, but now is my time to focus and really bust my ass to get where I want to be. Because I want to do this for myself, because one day I want to be able to say, I took care of my family, I'm taking care of my mom and dad, my brother, and support the people that have supported me throughout so much more. I can only be so thankful to my friends and family that have supported me the past 24 years of my life. And all I'm going to say is one piece of advice that I have to give to you guys is love your family, listen to your family, take care of yourself, put yourself first, and really strive to be perfect. I understand that no one's going to be perfect. No one is ever going to. Again, I want to give a shout out. Like, this whole video is just a shout out for people who have been with me on this slow moving journey. And there's a few people I want to give a shout out to, and one of them being my coworker Brock. Now, he was the first person that I met. He trained me on my first day as a food runner at this restaurant. And I had no idea who he is, who he was, what his ideas were. And we took our lunch break, and I asked him, I was like, what do you want to do with your life? What are your goals? And he said he wants to get in the hospitality industry, and he wants to take some classes and learn. And I told him to talk to Demi. And Demi has been on this grind for a very long time. And he knows his shit. Absolutely knows his shit. There's no one I know that knows this industry better than him. And I was like, Brock, what else, what do you like to do? He's like, well, I work a lot. I work like 60, 70 hours. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you're like, how old are you? He's like, oh, I'm 20. Oh my God. Like, he works 2 jobs and takes naps like in between his jobs. Like, I've never met such a hardworking person that's like under 21. Like, I'm absolutely shocked at how ambitious and driven a young person can be, because the generation that we have now is so lazy. They want everything to be given to them. And I'm starting to notice it. And like, just seeing that, I'm like, dude, like, you were so solid. So solid. Keep that mindset. Keep doing what you're doing, because someone or something will come your way, and someone's going to notice what you're doing and give you that golden opportunity that you've worked so hard for. Another person I want to give a shout out to is Zach, who's trained me to be a server, and he kind of filled me in on his little tips and tricks, and I actually used them on my first day yesterday to sell some food, and it totally worked. And he made it so easy for me to go to a table and be comfortable and present a message in your personality. And this guy he's so bright, you can tell, and he's been doing this for a while. He's a veteran at Chandler's, and he's definitely someone that I will continue to listen to in the future. Another person is Jose, who's helped me. He hasn't really like helped me. I'd say he just kind of pushes you. I would come in and he'd be like, oh, what's this wine? Where's it from? What's this? It's like bam, boom, boom, boom. And that's just his personality, and he brings that to his table. He wants you to be on top of it. He wants everyone to work together and make money and work as a team. And if you're not working as a team, you're working as an individual. And sometimes when you work as an individual, you won't get as much done. Another person I want to give a shout out to is my assistant manager, Tyler. And I've known him for a while. We've talked about working together, and now it's here. And he's such a solid person. He has 2 kids. He's young, but he's driven. He's motivated, and he gets his shit together. He does it. But I feel like he really doesn't do much for himself. He does this for his kids because he has to. And that's another thing, is like, you got to find what motivates you and what pushes you to do what you want to do. And it's just like, it's so incredible to be a part of a team that really cares about one another, and they really push and motivate each other. And that's really what I needed. And that's why I'm so happy to go to work and so happy to be a part of something bigger than what I was a part of before. And it's so important to be around people that you enjoy. I feel like that's kind of a life goal thing, is if you're not enjoying the people you're around, like, do I need to say any more? Like, yeah. So just rate, subscribe, comment. Please give me some feedback, you guys. It's a necessity. It's need be right now. The more feedback I get, the more I can push myself to put more content out. And share what you like, share what you don't, and really just be a critic. That's all I want, and be harsh. Again, thanks for listening, you guys. Rate, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media. I'll put links down below to the social media of the people that I've talked about. Follow them on their journey as well as my own. They're incredible people. Please give them a follow.